Hello there. Friday is set to be another day of split weather fortunes with largely dry and often sunny weather across northern and western areas. Further south and east, well, the chance once again for some thunderstorms or at least some torrential downpours of rain.
The first moment of the day to put Matt on the spot. Good morning to you. So, who are you supporting this evening? You're split all over the place, aren't you, really?
It's difficult. When I was born in England, I grew up in Scotland, so I'm just going to sit in the fence for the purposes of the programme today.
OK, but you'll be watching, no doubt.
Oh, undoubtedly, definitely.
And
yes.
of course, thinking about what the weather might be like in Wembley, because we've had this threat, haven't we, of storms all around the country and rain.
It's a difficult day down in the London area. Could be some severe storms around, unlike what we have this morning in Scotland. Look, lovely sunshine here, beautiful sunrise in Nairn, and it should be a fine day across Scotland and towards the west. I wonder if that's a little bit of a hint of what's to come today. But
now, you may remember we have been bringing you the adventures of Wally the walrus. He's making his way around the British coastline, and he's been spotted again. 2 weeks after he was seen in Spain, here he is doing his best to join in the fun with this family in the Isle of Scilly. And I do think that we just saw another walrus kind of go across cameras then. Yeah, did you see it? And I'm sure there was a little walrus that went in front of the camera. Let's just see it again, can we? Please? Gareth, our director, is just sorting it out for us. Because I think at the very beginning, right, so there's Wally trying to get onto the boat. Nodded up. Just wait for it. Wait for it. Someone... There.
No, that's that's a person's head.
Nope.
No, really. I mean, I don't. We could show this many, many times. That's definitely someone's head with hair. It's not a walrus.
It's not, definitely. It could have been your head, really.
Can we do a quick straw poll on whether that was a walrus or a human being?
Right, let's go to Matt. Matt has all the answers. Time is tight. Time is tight. Matt, where are you? Come on. Come on, my love. Look, you know we're friends.
I'm with Charlie on every bit.
Also, can I just point out, Naga, have you seen behind Matt in the picture that octopus?
There's
an octopus walking into the water.
There's another walrus. Wally's been over to Brandenburg in Moray. Yeah, there we go.
I think it's a dinosaur. Anyway, good morning. What definitely is behind me is the sunshine. There it is. A lovely start across much of Scotland, western parts of England, Wales, and into Northern Ireland. Different story central eastern England, where today more heavy rain, thunder's possible as well, and we could see a month's worth of rainfall in the space of one day.
I suffer from hay fever and have done since I was a teenager, and it makes you feel miserable on a day when it's really, really bad. And if you don't have it, it's a really difficult thing to kind of imagine. But it slows you down, you feel heady, you can't focus, and you're itching, constant itching of the eyes. I sympathise with you.
And it's one of those things, Matt, I know you're listening in there, it's something you routinely sort of add into your weather forecast now. Maybe years ago you just didn't do that, but it's something you always look at, isn't it?
It switches around, doesn't it? Because yesterday it was very high down in the south, wasn't it? And now it's switched up to the Midlands and the northwest.
It does. It's weather conditions really dictate what is happening out there as far as pollen's concerned and where you are in the pollen seasons. For instance, Scotland, Northern Ireland, early days of the grass pollen season, so maybe a little bit lower than they would be otherwise, but it isn't looking great across many parts of the country, particularly northwest England. Very high levels here today. Pollen levels, though, thankfully for some, have dropped across the south and east, and that's because of the weather. We've got lots of heavy rain dampening down those pollen levels completely.
Today, and obviously in the coming few days as well, gorgeous blue sky behind you. Morning.
It is. Good morning, Naga. Charlie, very good morning to you as well. Lovely, lovely start to a June morning across parts of Scotland, Northern Ireland, western fringes of England and Wales. Blue skies like this. Complete contrast to what we're seeing across other parts of England at the moment, where today, not only some torrential rain, some thunderstorms, we could see a month's worth of rainfall in a short space of time in some spots. That could lead to some flooding. It will have an impact on keeping pollen levels low, and certainly much cooler than we've had of late. But just before I go, I'm just going to take you over to the western side of the US. They're in an unbelievable drought at the moment, exceptional drought, in fact, across many areas. And to go with it, they're in the grips of a prolonged heat wave. Just take a look at these temperatures. Death Valley seeing the highest temperatures we think so far recorded this year on Earth, 128 Fahrenheit. Palm Springs, of course, a big major city. We've seen temperatures reach record-breaking levels there yesterday, 123 Fahrenheit. I know some like the heat, but I think for most of us, even that is far too hot. Naga, Charlie, back to you both.
Too hot, Matt.
That is
Thank you very
nice.
much.
Matt, have a good week. See you soon.